This is the tab for our closure for the Imelda bag. It's a basic rectangular shape. Everyone knows basically how to make that type of shape, and you could be using any kind of closure you would like. We chose this turn lock, so as you can see we cut out a hole for where the turn lock goes, and this is the other part of the hardware that goes onto the bag. And now we'll be showing you the outside pattern. I'm going to be doing the outside pattern. So what we do is this is our master pattern, and I start with scoring my paper, of course. And straighten one edge. And this pattern can be made either with leather or fabric. So if you're doing leather, we do a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. For fabric, we do a 1/2 inch seam allowance. So this is going to be leather. So I'm going to start with measuring 3/8 from the top of that line. Open up the paper. And I'm drawing my top seam allowance. Okay. And now I have the master. I put the master on top of this outside pattern. Just line it up. Line up your middle, your little notch lines there, and then you can trace all the way around with your pencil. And then from this, to get the 3/8 all the way around, I start measuring up here 3/8, and then I kind of taper it all the way around, or follow the curve. You put pin marks to get that curve, go all the way around. Make sure I don't lose my measurement. All the way around. Okay. And then I'm going to be cutting. I can just pencil in a light line so I can see where I'm cutting. Just kind of connect the dots. From the bottom, you're measuring 3/8 seam allowance. I can actually open my paper and cut straight across here. Okay, and then I'm going to cut along my pencil line right here. I'm going through both thicknesses, so I have to kind of bear down on my blade. Be very careful with your blades. I may have gotten all the way through. Let me see. Almost. Okay. And then that will be your outside pattern. You should do your notches in your middle. Also, as we usually do, we indicate our seam allowance in any place where the fabric comes together or the leather comes together. So I'm going to be notching those areas too. Notch the seam allowance. Forgot to put the pencil mark there. So that's where that one goes. Okay, and that's your outside pattern for the middle piece, and then you'll be doing that with every piece. You'll be just adding the 3/8 inch seam allowance or 1/2 inch if it's fabric.